Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today we're talking about something different on the channel. I was going to go ahead and talk about your AL/NL Manager of the Year awards for the 2019 season, but yesterday the Houston Astros have been confirmed cheaters. This is crazy news. I'm repping the hat. I really shouldn't be because this is really bad for Major League Baseball. But since they just knocked out the Yankees in the postseason and they almost won the World Series, I kind of thought, let's just go at them here a little bit. Because, actually, the last time they won the World Series was the year that they cheated. This is insane. We have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a great video. I love the Astros when they're not playing the Yankees, but this is really bad. This is a bad look. Bad for baseball, terrifying for Houston because we don't know what kind of trouble they're going to get into yet, but the punishment will be big. We're going to explain it all in this video, my reactions, which you've already gotten a little bit of, but a lot going on, and this offseason is going to be very interesting, not just because of the free agents, but now because of this next couple of days and weeks while we wait and see what Major League Baseball does. It's going to be a big response, and there's going to be a lot of talk going on. So first, I want to catch you guys up. If you guys aren't aware, yesterday, November 12th, the Houston Astros were confirmed cheating. They were caught catching and stealing signs from the opposing team. Now, essentially what that means, if you guys don't know, the pitcher and the catcher have distinguished signs that represent a fastball, a curveball, a changeup, a slider, etc. And the catcher, when he puts down the signs, the other team can potentially see what it is based off of how the catcher is angled and how where his fingers are placed as he throws down, a certain number and his location for where he wants the ball. Now, yes, if you can pull this off in a game, that's pretty much just because the other team can't conceal it and keep their signs to themselves. But the Astros took it a step further. This was electronic stealing of signs, and it's a really bad look for them. This is just not good. It was looking like they might have their second World Series win in the past couple of years. Did they cheat this year? We don't know. Nothing has been confirmed or anything yet, but it's definitely something that kind of might pop into some people's heads. So I'm going to add on to what I just meant and said by electronic stealing of signs. What the Astros did is at Minute Maid Park, their home stadium, they placed a camera out in center field, and when the pitcher and catcher of the opposing team were playing defense, they would zoom in to see what the catcher was putting down, what he wanted the pitcher to throw. Now, this would be really up-to-date content and media because as soon as they saw it on the camera, they would have awareness in the bullpen and in the dugout. And what's big here is that the people in the dugout, the players, the managers, whoever it was, once they saw the sign, they would be able to work out this form of communication to tell the batter what he was going to see in every pitch of his at-bat. Now, if they banged the bat against the garbage can or just in the dugout at any point, that meant a changeup would be on its way and delivered to the hitter. If they didn't bang the bat, that means it's some sort of fastball or other pitch. I believe it's changeup or just off speed. Whatever the case may be. But either way, still not very good and definitely illegal. It violates a lot of rules and policies that Major League Baseball has put in place. So this strictly doesn't happen. And this is a really, really bad look. So I'm going to say that a lot. It's a bad look. It's a bad rep. Whatever the case may be, something along those lines. Just because the Astros do not want to be in the newspapers and in headlines right now because of this. There's going to be a heavy, heavy penalty and fee probably for cheating. And would they have won the World Series back in 2017 if they didn't cheat? You don't know. Would they be where they were today if they didn't cheat? Did they use the camera back in 2019 as well, this past season? A lot of questions going on, a lot of different rumors and stuff. But there's two big guys we have to thank here. Well, not really thank, but we have to kind of tip our hats to for leading us to where we are today, knowing that the Astros cheated. One is Mike Fiers, a starting pitcher who was on the Astros back in 2017 when they won. He said that the Astros were caught stealing signs and that he wanted to make that aware to people. Kind of crazy, but I mean, hey, you're not with the team anymore, so I mean, that's cool. He definitely helped out a lot of teams right now because the Astros are gonna be in a lot of trouble. He tipped us towards this evidence and stuff, and Danny Farquhar, a Chicago White Sox pitcher, was pitching against the Astros, and this is the big piece of footage that's been going around Instagram, Twitter, everything recently. Danny Farquhar, very loud, distinguishable bangs every time his catcher would go ahead and put down the sign for the changeup, and it's loud. You could tell that it's on purpose, and it's just not good. So Farquhar came out, and a video with him pitching to the Astros that's been released, and that's been going around. Mike Fiers, he was originally, I think, the first guy to go ahead and say that, yeah, the Astros did cheat 2 years ago. So crazy stuff. AJ Hinch, I'm sure he knew about it, manager of the Astros, but that's just not okay. And there were a bunch of memes going around too, because Brett Gardner let Brett bang. How this season he's been jamming his bat up in the dugout because of the umpires and everything. It's like, oh, the Yankees have been cheating too, but of course they weren't. At least we don't think they were as of right now. But a lot going on. There's probably going to be an update video here on the channel with what the Astros penalty will be, so stay tuned for that. Turn on your bells if you haven't already, just be ready for that video. So a little earlier in the video, I mentioned the possibility of the Astros maybe cheating this year in 2019. And if that is the case, did they cheat in 2018 as well? Because it wouldn't make sense to skip a year, go from cheating in 2017 to not cheating last season to cheating in 2019. So there's got to be some sort of correlation, and I think they would probably do it in all 3 years, not just 2 out of the 3, if that was the case. But we're going to talk about an allegation that has been brought up about the Astros and AJ Hinch. This is back in Game 1 of the ALCS this postseason. It was the Astros versus the Yankees, and the Yankees won that game, by the way. I believe it was a score of 7-0. Gleyber Torres went off. But apparently, people were complaining against maybe the Yankees or whoever. They were saying that they believed the Astros were whistling to the guys at the plate in order to relay communications and to relay signs. That's not good, because that does show that there is some sort of communication or newer way that they've been using that's maybe not as suspicious as a camera. But AJ Hinch responded to that by saying, now again, AJ Hinch is the manager of the Astros. He was in 2017 and this year as well. And also, of course, obviously in 2018. So AJ Hinch said, "It made me laugh because it's ridiculous. Had I known it would have taken something like that to set off the Yankees, we would have practiced that in spring training." That is not good in any way, shape, or form. Coming from Hinch, if this is also confirmed that they cheated this year as well, he could potentially be fired. He might be banned as a manager from MLB. I don't know if they can do that, if they've ever done that, but I'm sure they wouldn't overthink it. They'd probably consider it at least a couple times. This is not good. A bad rep. Again, I'm going to keep saying those words, but if they did cheat in 2017 and they did cheat in 2019, it kind of puts you guys as a fan and me as a fan in that situation, like, well, how can we really portray this team? Like, this is going to stick around for a while. It's just not something that was smart on any behalf, and it's going to be regretted big time, I'm sure, by Hinch, by the players, whatever the case may be, whoever it may concern. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic. So a lot happened. I expressed my opinions, I think, a lot in this video. I'm just very confused and, intrigued by this whole thing, because stealing signs, yes, okay, that's one thing. Tipping pitches and being aware of someone tipping pitches, we saw that with the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. In the ALDS this year, Tyler Glasnow was tipping his pitches. He changed his glove location for the different pitches he threw. That's different. You're not stealing signs. That's just something that you caught on to. But electronically taking signs from the opposing team to benefit yourselves and yourselves only, and go against policies and rules and all that, go against restrictions, it's just really interesting, especially because the Astros have a good team. They are a good team. You don't think they would need to use this as a resort to benefit them and to do better in Major League Baseball. So I'm going to wait and see what the punishments are and what's going to be the backlash of this on both Major League Baseball's end and the Astros end. We'll probably see another video up on the channel, again, like I said a little bit earlier on, just so we can talk about what ends up happening to them and Hinch and the players. But guys, it's going to end it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.